Hey guys, Roygo here, and welcome to another episode of Danganronpa. Today we are beginning the final chapter of the game, Chapter 6. We're leaving off right where we last left off. If you haven't seen the last episode, make sure you go check it out, because that was a big episode indeed. Because first things first, we got voted as the culprit, which was weird. So we didn't actually get killed, we got saved by Alter Ego, and now we're down here in the trash room. I think we're going to try and find a way out, which I think we still haven't got out yet. Anyways, let's continue where we last left off. I think this is right after Chapter 5 ends. The ultimate despair. Here were people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. The same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it across the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. Right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. I looked at that door. You said you had a key that can open every door, so maybe you can open that one. It's locked, but you have a way to open this door. Kyoko, you still have that one thing? Want to come a secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolute vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. It can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
That's right. We should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monkima design on it and slid into the keyhole. And then... yes, it opened!
Indeed.
Now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free. There wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Alright, Chapter 6. We're almost done with this game, finally. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. I started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long, I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. Now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long? Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There's a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So, we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither a light nor a shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. This is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. Conscious effort?
It's true.
Kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. It's our family creed, and we do what we must do to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However...
and yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, is because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? Absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you're reuniting after all those years, right? When you wouldn't have so much to talk about.
Wrong.
Something I want to talk to my father about. Something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it? I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future. But he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather and they had a huge argument, and as young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression, so I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, when she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true. There's one thing that I can never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
When the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
So I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to sell the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot me years ago. Your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. I'm so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it. On the other side of this door, Hoof's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch in the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. But here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... It's like we're back. Can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. Can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. Alright, well, back in the trash room. So now what do we do? Glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out... And I'm worried about you, too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then...
Let's get a concrete answer. Huh?
In other words...
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
However...
Try to hide. It's only a matter of time until we're found out, and it's not like we can run away. She said that. She pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. You're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind was ensnared? I've done something like that before. What does it mean?
So...
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Muko's death. There's a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
Right.
We can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still super uneasy about this. We don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Well, alright. The gym's not that far away. I'll just walk there. Wow, nice seeing the school for once after being in the trash room for, like, forever. Not really the trash room, like the trash pit. Alright, let's go this way. Let's go over to the gym. Hopefully Monokuma doesn't like, kill me right away. That'd be bad. Alright. Better be in here.
Well now.
Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much. Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's actually how I thought he'd react. You really gonna be okay? You're supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
What if I did? What would you do? The guilty party is exposed during the class trial. They alone will be executed. Unfortunate, but that is the rule. Now I gotta punish you again. This time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko, whatever you feel you have to do. What?
However...
Before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? Huh? I lose? You explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
Because...
You set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted to excuse to kill me.
In other words...
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blacken and then executed, right? What are you talking about?
However...
When Makoto chose to overwork my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trials weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
Right.
In response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blacken and trying to execute him. Made the choice out of desperation, no more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
Then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. Never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you killed it.
am I wrong?
Here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro, you did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blacken is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? That means I lose? It's like a big game. You're saying the Blacken is me and not Makoto? You can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. Hey, there's a comedy routine to make such a bold claims without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't
I
matter.
don't have any right now. With a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only one ever absolute truth. And now you're talking now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because
Girl really was the killer. He never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so loved into his fire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts. That's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence.
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what you said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square, then I suggest you take my advice. So what is this advice of yours?
it's true.
Do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown, in other words. This would be our last chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. For what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? Probably just execute me without another word. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Barry?
What's wrong?
I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little, so time for bear jokes. Now they've suggested it might be plausible, it would certainly make for one honey of a
in
climax.
other words,
That mean you accept?
You got
If you do this your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? It will cause you unbearable despair, right? I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will your despair claim victory? Have one final Grizzly showdown. He agreed. We still have a shot at this. This is the long-awaited climax, right? Just because the killer is bearing a fitting end. But for this final face-off, you have to unearth all of the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that, that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
And we've been trying to do all along. Okay, very well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mystery of the school, then you win. If you can't do all that, we'll face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? As excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
We've uncovered every last truth. How will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
Before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
Remember that for sure, so what?
hey,
Just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. Having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception and is part of the regulation? Which have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro. A very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. The only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Telling the truth? How do you go quiet all of a sudden? I'm done talking, I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad? Seems emotionally unstable. Leave me alone, get out of here. Hey, I'm going, you're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. And you start getting it ready, a super duper extra special punishment, overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. Monokim's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. Just like that, we were out of the gym. I hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. It started my life and we saw the chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you. Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the Mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
So...
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
Because...
It's all because of that one moment that the Mastermind let their guard down, like I said. It's almost that the Mastermind let their guard down.
So...
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the Mastermind said? It said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast their school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
Listen.
What did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However...
Yet somehow the Mastermind was able to do it.
In other words...
Think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
So...
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost, us killing each other. They wanted to show the world. The Mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words...
The Mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
Correct.
Prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey.
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept? Talking about hope, right?
That's right.
For those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the Mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, is the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope. That's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Was that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer? I know how angry it must make you, and yet... same motivations that led to the Mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words...
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The Mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the Mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
At the very least...
I guess that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. That's why the Mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
Indeed.
It's precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of the regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, that made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the Mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire world, the Mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
Prove to the world that despair is better than hope. They had to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words...
It would only do the Mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. Well, that was a hunch, right? And you're still able to get the Mastermind to accept your challenge? Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance, because you believed me. Another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the Mastermind's thought and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
Wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. It looked like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. While presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However...
Anyway, we can't relax this yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
Correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the Mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win. Before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do is work together with everyone to destroy the Mastermind. Work together with everyone.
However...
Is that really possible? Huh?
Anyway,
right now we have to go find the others.
Shall we go?
Probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Alright. Once again, the dorms aren't that far away. I'll just walk there. Okay, where would everybody be? It's like nighttime. Really late at night. Probably in the dining hall, right? You'd think they'd be in the dining hall. Suddenly we're greeted with... What? The cracks are visible. You again. Is he broken? Suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. As to some things and acts. Jeez, what the heck?
However...
I wonder what that was all about. I can't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah,
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
You survived?
Jeez. You're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
everyone was there. All my friends would struggle together and survived. Since I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
What's that smell?
What the heck?
And it seriously stinks. It's Makoto, he smells like a wet dog. Wait, shoo. In a flash, my tears dried up.
Makoto.
No time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. You need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain what? It's okay that you're here. What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's really what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial?
In other
I'm
words.
going to redo Mukuro's trial. But seriously?
How about
What's the
that?
point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? Well, I didn't do it, like I kept telling you.
Wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What he's saying is it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
That's right, it was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it.
However,
This decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you
Spotted
say?
the trap, did you, Makoto? It sounded like it was easy, I just,
however,
Executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. That's why I went to negotiate with them to have the trial one more time. The mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
Recall what you said at the end of the last trial, when you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you're referring to.
Don't be
I'm
mean.
totally in the dark here. If anyone doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. Knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
Oh, we killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? There's more than that, correct? Oh yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? We've been looking around all this time. We still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
Probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone? Say you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us. Now with things the way they are, I'm fine with living here forever with Master. I want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words, one decisive final battle, a rather interesting development, I'd say.
but
Figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro and all the school's memories or mysteries. It's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe by this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. If we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all these mysteries. Not so sure about that. Huh?
I
Can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too at first, until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? Oh, I think she's referring to that someone here may be the
I
mastermind.
see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. But why?
So in
If the
other
mastermind
words,
really is one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, and the mastermind must have had to set foot into the school, right? Monokuma could possibly murder Mukuro, but there is no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
According to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. The mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning, and in Mukuro you got 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
that's right.
And those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people saying right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? Saying the mastermind's one of us?
No way.
Be serious. We can't say that for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
Certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that's one possibility we cannot ignore. I mean, there's an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they might just be a high schooler. Can't say it's not possible. If one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? Did you ever see anyone acting suspicious any time Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are. We wouldn't have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right.
Maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. It wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the follow the flow of the conversation. Maybe, but still. Ding dong bing bong. We got ding dong bing bong?
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
Time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name
At this
of
point, I
my
can rely on
family.
only myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to work about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold the responsibility. Well then, making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master, he'd take me with him.
Hey.
Don't blame him. Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream or coffee. Totally useless. So bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. Now she's gone. You're gonna go out by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. This leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
How come?
How about that?
Wait and see, I'm gonna use my totally awesome spear power to find out the Mastermind's identity. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go out by themselves? What about you, Hina? I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know? But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I was dependent on Sakura and everyone else. I'm not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto, that's really nice of you to say.
but,
Still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
okay.
I figure at least at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. I'm gonna go off and do it on my own. Okay, see you later. He was in surprisingly high spirits. She dashed out the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
Alright. You're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so...
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. You just see it as a splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then...
I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
Correct.
I can miss all the doors in the school have been unlocked, right? We should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't before. No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have any time to waste either. I have to begin my search. So I can't believe the Mastermind might be one of us. That's what I have to prove. Prove that the Mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the Mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. And then we can all escape together. Guess we'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim has been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these are at least several days old. If they find out who killed Mukuro Kusaba, then we'll know who the Mastermind is. So should I start with my investigation and figure out who killed her? Guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up till now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder, between the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Alrighty. Well, I'll just go in order from which place is the closest, which is the second floor of the dorms. That's right here. Might as well go check it out. The gate. Hold on, I need to reset. The gate's open. Finally, check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. Whoa, this is the second floor of the dorms? It's like some ancient ruins. It's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up in here or something. Oh. Okay. Alright, so we got some blood. We got a bunch of holes in the wall. Like, debris everywhere. Oh, I can go in here. Oh, I can. Yeah, I can go in here. Whoa! Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. Is there really anything I need to check in here? I don't think there is. Otherwise, I would have had to stay in there if I tried to leave. So some bathrooms. What was that? We got an eyeball. We got this room. This room is filled with lockers. This has been for the Hope Speak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. Oh, so we got... Can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even gonna bother trying. What about the ones that aren't broken? What if I can open this locker? Nope, it's locked. The card reader installed on the door. Must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the lockers on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open this up. So does that mean... Let's give it a try. Took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader. And then... No luck. Maybe once the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can use it. Okay, I'm assuming I can't really... Yeah, I can't open anything here. Anything else up here? Oh, another room. Whoa, the room's way nicer. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It has a more adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's a headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
Been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. Just had to check it out one more time. A regret? Like, why is there a weird... That looks like a fake wall. A strange gap in the wall. Is it some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something?
So...
It's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming through. A breeze?
Indeed.
There's like an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space? Does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. Know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yeah, so easy I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. So I'll program on that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However...
We don't have any clue what the password might be. And we know that it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right, that's not nearly enough to go on.
It's true.
Look through all this paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about them than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been a password. I think of how much time I wasted on this. Let me try. Maybe I can figure something out. The PC on the desk must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last looks like they were very interested in the Ultimate Despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the Ultimate Despair.
However...
It's not much though, nothing we don't already know.
In other
Ultimate
words...
Despair isn't one individual, but instead it points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sort of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
And that's all there is, not much to it, is there? I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. Any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? Appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on. I see. That's a good outlook you have. Jeez. It's a hidden room she couldn't get into that what she meant by regret. I'm thinking and assume that there might be some kind of clue waiting in there. Maybe for her, there's not much more than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. If Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. Wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Huh? Sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. Sure, she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as the password, knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well...
I think you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. Alright. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name, but if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
Hey.
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay, in that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself and turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. Hands were tense, slightly trembling as I finally finished typing it in. I think it worked. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked! Don't seem that happy about it.
Why?
Kyoko? Yeah, I don't think she's that happy about it working. Stop looking at me, she disappeared to the hidden room. She looks grim. Kyoko! Alright, what the hell we got in here? A lot of space in here. Alright. Hey, Kyoko? May as well not have been... I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. Present, wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. There's a bright colored box here. It seemed totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. Does that mean we can't not open it? Okay.
Makoto.
Careful, Makoto. Oh, you think it's dangerous? Not dangerous, but surprising properly. Huh?
It would seem...
Here's what I think it is. At the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that will make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath and took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... Cooker's advice was no use. I left out a trembling cry. Oh, that's a skull. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It's the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? Just as you what thought? That's what you thought. How could you have known that? I mean, there are bones in there, human bones.
Wrong.
It's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I thought the feeling would be his body. It's the same thing, a dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box? Those bones. That body. It's my father. At least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? Same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. Same person who mastermind finds out from the father. Headmaster is a man in the 30s, or somewhere in the school right now. Okay, it's the only people. Okay, that makes sense. Because we know that we knew he was in the school the whole time, and then Monokuma said the only people who were in the school during the Killer game were the students, which means he probably would have been dead by then. Alter Ego said that Headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the Killing game were 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume that most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. Kyoko explained her analysis. She was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. So that's just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. We have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong. That's why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties with him. I don't know what you're talking about. Because her father is right here. Here, you can go talk to him. Go talk to him. Make sure you could cut ties now. Was that all there was to it? Would she really give up her pride just for that? I can't help but wonder. What's the picture? What's this picture? It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko.
Why would you?
Oh, this is annoying. Came here to cut myself free from the past, and yet... not find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. It's the whole reason I came here. Now he's abandoned me again. And this time he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Alright, what about anything in here? Headmaster's desk. Probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey.
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
Because...
I've never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. In the last drawer... is this... It's an e-handbook, right? And it has a label on it that says, in case of emergency. I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
Handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. Assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably right. It'll prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? But Kyoko, I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. And I guess I'll take it. It's really okay. Wait, I can open the other lockers with that, right? I should be able to open them.
Hey.
Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it?
So...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it's only inconvenienced you that much more, but...
Hey.
Could you leave? Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I'd just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko, don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little. I need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you're going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And it isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. The picture doesn't change the facts that what happened, what I went through. The problem can't be solved so easily. You're right, I'm sorry.
Anyway...
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Is she really okay? Kyoko must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. Headmaster's dead. I don't think he's a mastermind now. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind. Which means the mastermind's true identity is one of the 16 students. 15 of us men to the main hall and add Mukuro to the mix and we got 16. Including me, only 6 of us are alive. Everyone else is dead. You got Sayaka, you got Junko, you got Leon died, yeah, Chihiro, Rondo, Taka Nafumi, Celeste, Sakura. Yeah, they all did. Even Mukuro. Yeah, she's also very dead. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. There's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. But this has to be. Alright, well, I think that's all I gotta do here. Let me head back to the lockers. I'm gonna see if I can use the headmaster's handbook to open them. Come on, please tell me this will work. Tell me it will work. What if I can open this locker? Nope, lock. Card reader installed. That must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to... Yep. I try to take out my handbook, run across, and then nope, no luck. The only locker's owner can open it. Wait, but how about that emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Okay, let's give it one more try. Alright. Took the emergency handbook and ran that across the card reader in. Alright, just what I was hoping for. Let's see what we got inside. Locker's totally disorganized. Whoever it belonged to has organization problems in every part of their life. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. This is a crystal ball. A crystal ball? It can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Is this Hiro's locker? But then how the hell is this? How the hell is this stuff here? Also, there's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order. And dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuff this is I didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. I'm gonna act as casual and natural as possible. Picked up one of the notebooks I saw. The moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. What? There's no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yasuhiro Hagakure. Is this our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? That can't be possible. And it could be. He did say he got held back like 3 times. I mean, Hiro came to school at the same time as the rest of us. We all sucked into this evil world. We never had a chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? That's weird. What are these lockers? Okay, it opened. Like the locker open. Let's see what we got inside. I don't see anything that might be a clue. We're in a handbook. Okay, open it. Let's see what we got inside. Oh, locker particularly empty. Just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure who it is. But there's something written inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. It's like a girl's handwriting, and all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? Slipping through the pocketbook, my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I've heard before. Plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. This happened to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give us some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. That's what my father had said to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. Can't imagine a worse father. Oh, okay, so this is Kyoko's. This can't be true, can it? I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko, it couldn't be anyone else. If this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? What she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since since he left when she was little. I decided to talk to the one who came, the one directly. It had to be my headmaster, my father. What does this all mean? He scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. When I reached the last page, the question marks spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Oh. Despair walks among us. Oh, I can't read it. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could it possibly make any sense? Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair. Okay. The more I see, the less sense it makes. Because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to previous students, right? So how am I seeing this? Why are there things in this locker that look like they belong to people here? Notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro, and a pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation. If I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward and have to believe in everyone. Am I done here? I am done here. I'm assuming if I needed to keep searching there, the game would have told me, so I think I'm good. So I think that's everything up here, right? I at least think so. So, where to next? Okay, we already checked all there. We don't need to check here. First floor, let me think. There's nothing on the first floor. I don't think there's really any. I'm gonna go 4x4 to make sure I don't miss anything. It's not really much on the first floor I need to check out. The first floor is good. What about the second floor? Second floor, I don't... Maybe? Hold on, I think we did get a list. Do I need to go to the oh, not that. Do I need to go to the archive? Oh, not that. No. Do I need to go to the archive? Okay, Headmaster's room, biolab, data center, second floor dorms, garden, dojo. No, okay, so I don't actually need... Wait, no. Place to check, hold on. Garden, okay, so I don't even seem to... Okay, I don't need to go in there, that means. So, second floor is good as well. Third floor, I don't think there's really anything in the third floor either. I think the third floor is good as well, so I think this floor is cleared. Alright, fourth floor, I know for a fact there's some stuff up here we got. There's a lot of stuff up here, actually. First things first, data center is right over here, so let's check that out first.
Hey, Makoto.
Oh, Makoto, are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door. I figured, if all the doors in the school have been unlocked, that one should be open too, right? Although I couldn't bring myself to open it. It might explode, right? And that really sucks, so you open it. Of course she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. Alright, I'll open it. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Ah, wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. He raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Hey, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Alright, here goes nothing. They're on my way into it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. Whoa! There's no explanation, thankfully. Explosion, thankfully. First impression was, well, this place is totally sci-fi. I was kind of thinking the same thing. This is how they control Monokuma! Oh, wow. There's a lot of stuff here. What's this device? It's some kind of control panel. It's really over the top, though. It's like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? If Fumi would probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit. So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. Then could that mean...
Okay.
Alright, I'll start poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons. Come on, I can't just... Or whatever, or something like this. It was too late. He was already jabbing away at the control panel.
Huh?
And did you hear that? I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one, the one that says data center. Data center? I took a good look at the control panel, and I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it, and just like Hina said, there was one labeled data center. It must be the one she pushed. But the data center, it's right next door. The room we were just in, that's where the strange noise came from. Probably better go check it out. Yeah, please, I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from in here. Alright, what do we got in here? What happened? What happened? Did I just hear what I think I heard? Oh, yep, there's Monokuma. Is that Monokuma? Hey! God! Crud, give me all your donuts! Is that you, Hina?
What?
Ah, man, busted. How'd you know?
Say what?
Hey, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You even know what you're controlling?
Hello.
I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Guess what I found? A self-destruct button. Whatever you do, don't push it.
Too bad.
Oh, man. Seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it and the control panel inside. Yep, controls Monokuma. Yeah, that's... Kyoko's right. That means if they want to control Monokuma, they can't actually see where we are on the cameras. Nicole, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma. What do you mean? Well, you were controlling just now. It was Monokuma.
Huh?
Monokuma? Oh, for real? Yeah, it looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma, which means the Masterman's been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they're definitely here. The Masterman's been controlling Monokuma from this room, and this control room is totally separate from the data center with all the monitors. In other words, yeah, Kyoko's right. If they want, they can't track us and control Monokuma at the same time. Kyoko's theory was right. The Masterman's been controlling Monokuma from here. That means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have been true. If that is true. The mastermind Monikuma's puppeteer really is a 16th student? Well, it can't be. There's no way, right? What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. I know it's nothing. Oh, okay. How about you? Is everything okay? Well, it's just where the mastermind's been hiding, right? So who knows if they'd set up a trap or something. Can't say if it isn't possible. Can't, but I really hope it's not true. So, like, wanna leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. Can't waste all our time staying around here. Hey, you wanna get going? Yeah. What about the weird hatch, though? I wanna check this first. Come on, Mako, let's hurry up and get out of here. Alright. But I kinda wanna see what's in the weird hatch, but I guess not. As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? The door, it's just locked on its own. What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it's locked, but why? Of course it's locked, because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma. Oh, Fairy, you can't just go around restricting whatever you like. It's for your benefit. If that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot that's up and stopped moving in that room. As you may have guessed, that's where the controls are. Right now, you're being operated by someone in that room. Correct the Mundo. Doesn't make any sense. We were just in there and we didn't see anyone. But you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to check some suspicious hatch? I tried to, but I couldn't. No way. The hatch on the floor. Too bad. That was your one big chance and you blew it.
Too bad.
Of course, that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace. It's gone, but was he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure. When I said we should leave, the hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most out of the time we have left. You're right. There's only one thing I'm good at. It's keeping my body moving. Okay, I'm gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice, you got me all motivated again. Okay, I'm out. See you later. He took off at a full sprint. I have to do what I can too. That's the only way to move forward. Alright, I guess next up, I guess the music room. Go to the headmaster's room, because right over here. It's the headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but this will be the first time seeing it for myself. Makoto, it's you. Byakuya. Talk to him? I came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? Sure. What do you mean something interesting? Take a look at this. It was on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class 78 student registry. It contains profiles for all of us and Mukuro.
So in other
Apparently Class
words,
78 refers to us. When we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room.
I see.
That's right, I also mentioned Class 78. Let's see where Kyoko got that page. Since the rest of our profiles were listed in there along with hers,
In other words,
we no doubt Mukuro is a student here at Hope Speak Academy, just like the rest of us. Mukuro Ikusawa, the 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. But it seems like Kyoko was in a hurry. What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. Then even tearing the way the paper had been crumpled, she must have been in a hurry. Since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. What's your point? There's so much of a hurry, she only got the first page. First page? Correct, Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What?
so in
In other words, when it comes to this profile, there's more information about Mukuro than we still didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why don't you ask me to explain every single thing? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the mastermind himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was half listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through the report. Mukuro reappeared suddenly in the background and an entity floats, close but just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. But bad feeling about all this, I need to push forward with my research into Ultimate Despair. I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior too. It's my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have won through as a member of Fenrir, when she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students after all. If I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mukuro is a part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there could be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean Mukuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why would they kill Mukuro? Because even the Mastermind seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. They wouldn't have to take her completely keep her by surprise to kill her like that. Maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Mukuro was.
What?
What's wrong with Kodo? Huh?
That's
I
fine.
seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point out one more thing. There's another important bit of information within the file they should note. What is that? Notice the picture in there? Picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before? Girl seemed to be included as part of our class 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. Further information about that girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, short as hell, 97 pounds, and even lists her vitals, 31, 22, 32. Well, what do you think? Well, I think, are you asking me, like, if she has a nice body? What's idiot? What I'm telling you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way to the corpse, and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean... Is he trying to say... Can't the body isn't actually Mukuro? Is that what you're saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible, but it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What do you do with that information is your business. Back to being Byaku's errand boy. Workers' profiles, but attitude both. One last thing. It's a bit of advice for me to use, so just pay attention. Advice for me? I didn't be getting along with Kyoko quite well. I never getting along, she's done a lot to help me. Don't put too much faith in her. Huh?
In other words,
Perhaps that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? What I think, called a hunch. A hunch? But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, if you will. Keep it in mind, thanks. Alright, well, I'm assuming there's not much in there, so I'm just gonna leave. I think that's it for this floor. So let's head upstairs. Alright. There is the biolab to check out, but I kind of want to check out the other stuff related to the previous case. So let's check the body first. The body's not here. That's a problem. Huh? It's gone. Mukuru's body. It's not here? It's just gone? You like move it to the tool shed? Hey Bobby, maybe the body's inside the tool shed. Better go check this to be sure. I didn't find anything else close to a dead body, but if it's not in here either, it must be. I have no idea where. But corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There's one other thing. That tarp. Tarp played a key role in another case, so better look into it. Alright. Killer used the tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet. Which means the killer might have left some clue behind here. Huh? I didn't notice this before. There's a small stamp on one corner of the tarp. It says Biolab? This originally came from the Biolab. Alright. That seems helpful. So basically, check out the Biolab. That's all I really need to check here. Where could her body have gone? Better start looking for it. Well, first things first, before I go to the Biolab, I want to check the dojo. Because I think we do need to check there as well. Oh, Toko, this is where you were.
What do you want?
What do you want? That's so disgusting you want me out of your sight. Not at all, I just thought maybe you'd find a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything, not a single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, we would have had to have something, right? There wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Get back, give me back my precious time. Calm down, Toko.
What's your problem?
Don't tell me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? If everyone finds out, they're gonna call me useless, good for nothing. Nobody's gonna say that. Pastor will. Not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me? I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm gonna get going. Alright, well. That's nothing in there. Well, I guess the last place we really have to check is the Biolab. So let's go do that. Also, why is there such like an ominous hallway? Oh. Weird looking place. Here I am in the Biolab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. Like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? I don't know. What is it to check? There's... Okay, I can check the table. It's so cold. Why is it so cold in here? First I need to figure out. I don't know. What about check these? Some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. And on the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. But on the other side... Some kind of weird machine, something built, seen something like this before. I've seen it in this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. The fridge for storing dead bio. Oh, really? Does that mean that Biolab's actually a morgue? Probably take a closer look around. Oh, wow, okay. I didn't expect that. There's some kind of booklet here. It's like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all of your cadaver needs. In addition to the geomedical lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethanol gas. Simply insert the cadaver and the blue light will let you know the automated system is activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel and we do offer an optimal leather upholstery upgrade package. So instruction manual for the fridge. How about the tarps? Stack of tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of these things lately. Is that really it? I click these again? Some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall, and on the left side is a bunch of glowing blue lights, but only some of the lights are on. The ones on the left. Right-hand lights are off. Looking around, I think I get it. It seems clear to me now. There's a makeshift morgue. I bought those lights by each slot. It looks like except so that when the slot is occupied, the blue light comes on, which means inside each slot is lit up in blue, another one of the victims is. I let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died. That's defeat the mastermind. To do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. Alright, well, I think that's everything in here. Then what? Oh! Ding dong bing bong. Are we done already? That was kind of fast. Well, yeah, it was long, but it was kind of fast than I thought.
This is a school announcement. Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
Alright. Well, now he wants to give us a hint? Suspicious, but there's no doubt about that. It could be a trap. Even knowing that. Just had to go to the gym, right? Appreciate the game teleporting me there so I didn't have to walk all the way there myself. Oh, hey, hero. I'm Makoto. Why are you act so surprised? For no reason. Makima's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. Can you talk to him? What'd he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Hero, wait. There's no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hero? It was like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. They've been hiding something this whole time? What's going on? What kind of hint do we got? Alright, this is in front of Papa the locker again. Or Papa, not the locker, the freaking stage. Well, alright. Oh, welcome, welcome, hello. Are you ready for your final hint? What just happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you? The envelope? Alright, what's in here? That must be the envelope. And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside. What? Don't worry, just get on with it. I like him, his cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. Okay, everyone's here. Even Mukuro's here. What? Okay, what? Wait, I'm not here though. What? Everyone's here and Mukuro, but except me. I feature a bunch of faces I recognize extremely well. There's everyone who'd come to host peak at the same time as me. Wait, but something from behind sight. Yeah, I'm assuming that's Mukuro, right? It's the only one I don't recognize. That's not true. I do recognize her. That's right. When Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room, we looked at the file. Mukuro Kusaba, and this girl is. But why? Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? And even more than that. Just having everyone here pose like this is weird enough by itself. We're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember even taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met with everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope Peak Academy. So it's natural for me not to be in this picture, but it's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. That everyone else was like me and didn't know each other until we got here. But if this picture is real, could that mean, could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is... How long are you gonna keep up this rambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kinda getting in the way standing there, you know. So I mean, get out. But, told you, I'm not fielding any questions. What kind of mystery would it be if I gave all the answer? That'd be way out of the left field. Guess that means he's done talking. Damn it. That's weird. That's kind of weird. So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. With that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. That comes as a hint. It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monica was going for? They put together a fake photo just to confuse me. It looks so real, so full of life. How can anyone fake that? Which would it mean everyone but me? Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. I have to clear all this up. Okay, where's everyone? And I am not walking around the whole school trying to find everyone. Okay, Hina's in the dining hall, so let's go talk to her. I'm assuming this is what I gotta do, right? I just gotta go meet up with everyone. Yeah, I found this weird picture. I just wanted to get a bit of, like, confirmation. Do you remember this? Remember this picture, Hina? Yeah, I don't. This is where you've been hiding. Listen, I've been hoping to talk to you. Kodo? I'm sorry, you gotta go. What? You ran off so fast, I didn't even have time to ask her to stop. Hina, why? Why don't you talk to me? That's a little weird. Alright. Okay, no one else is down here. No one's in the second floor dorms. Okay, first floor, no one. Okay, someone. Okay, Byakuya's in the archive. Let's go talk to him. Alright, hey, yeah, once again, I don't really understand this picture. Do you remember this? I don't. He won't talk to me. Can you at least talk to me? Oh, Byakuya. Listen, do you think we could talk? Byakuya?
That's enough.
Nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Hey, Byakuya, wait. Of course he didn't. He just walked away. What the? Why is he acting like that? He was purposely trying to avoid me. What the hell is going on? Why is everyone trying to avoid me? I don't like this. Okay, where's everyone else? No one's on the 4th floor. 5th floor. Okay, we got... Oh, so Hiro and Toko are both up here. Alright. Hey, Hiro, I know you didn't want to talk to me before, but hey, can you, like, please talk to me real quick? Everybody's been avoiding me. I don't know why. Can you at least tell me what's going on? Hey, Hiro. Makoto. What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No, sorry, but I'm in a big hurry. Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hiro, what's wrong? I wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I found. It's like he was avoiding me. He was afraid of me. Why? Why is everyone acting like this? I don't get it. Okay, I think Toko is in the bio lab, so hopefully she will talk to me. And hopefully somebody will talk to me at some point. I decided to visit the bio lab one more time. And the first thing I saw when I got there was her passed out again. And Toko. Oh, she actually, like, opened up one of the things. It's open, but Toko. Toko, you okay? No. She's not dead, is she? Okay, she's not. It's cold, it's super cold. It's so cold, I think I might catch a cold. Keep taking naps in place like this, I'm sure you will. I was asleep, I must have fainted again. Hey, you were standing there staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you? No, I wasn't. And then, what, hot and bothered, straight up horny? Okay, why'd you pass out? I don't know, last thing I remember was me waking up just now. What do you do, Miss Morose? That's right, your memory stopped and started to tell me switch. Bingo bazingo, we share some basic knowledge, our memories are very much separate. Don't say it as like it's a bad thing, it's like a blessing as far as I'm concerned. If she forgets something, I totally remember. It's like double memory. I know it's more like half. All I want to know right now is, where's my little darling? Tell me now or I'll slit your throat. I don't know, I'm sure Byakuya's around somewhere doing his own investigating. By himself? I assume so. I knew it, I totally knew it. I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master. Anyway, I gotta hurry, I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now. Toko shot off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. There's no point in asking Genocide Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? Gotta be some reason for it. Probably because she opened up one of these and saw a body. The fridge is open. I'm sure they were all shut the last time I was here. Must be why she passed out.
Right.
She faints so easily. Kyoko,
Makoto.
it's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize. Something about this room. Oh yeah, it's a morgue. Yeah,
I knew
I suspected as much. Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and well, there you have it. You knew she fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the reason became clear. Imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. I thought thing gotta be so difficult with her. Anyway, we should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging out open like this. Yeah, good idea.
Makoto.
Give me a hand with this. Toko approached the fridge, hands outstretched, but suddenly she stopped. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. How come? Because Muko's body is in there. Oh, so they moved the corpse back in here. Muko's corpse? Muko's body is inside the fridge?
I see.
It's like every other time. The mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. The mastermind did it. Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the trial over again, I guess.
So...
Maybe you're right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. That's right, Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
Makoto.
Need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do?
So then...
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Wait over there, that's it? Alright, let's freaking wait. Maybe look at the things again. On the left side of the refrigerator, a bunch of blue lights are on. But these ones aren't. I've seen the blue lights come on when the slot is occupied. If someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Look around, the number of lights that are on, including Mukuro's, is 9 in all. 9. 9 lights? Okay, what about the tarps? You know, I think I've seen a tarp like this somewhere before. That's the same as the one I found in the garden tool shed. If I remember, that tarp had a stamp on it that said Biolab. That's a tarp that was used to help camouflage a murder in the garden. At some point, someone got into the Biolab and took it over there. Tarp and updating the truthful section. Alright. I gotta check this too. I gotta look through this instruction manual. Alright. Did I check the body again? Afraid me for storing bodies. Can't do it. I can't look inside. Are you done? Can I talk to you again? Let's talk about that group photo. Oh yeah, I forgot. After all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I want to talk to you about something. What is it? About that announcement Monica made earlier. You mean the one about the hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Well, why not?
Because...
My reason he'd given us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own, without whatever hint he may have to offer. That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Staying here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. Hey, Makoto, I'm done. Alright, jeez, that was fast.
Indeed.
Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. Did he find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blows to the back of the head were inflicted after death. Really? The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. That means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? The explosion... Oh, was the... What? Wait, then that means the fatal injury was like the other wounds, right? Then that's weird. Only other option was the other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Is that right?
What does it say they're old? Huh?
Because...
Well, Monkman file says that they were inflicted at least several days ago. That don't see the difference. The difference is immense, considering the impression they gave.
Listen.
They seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However...
That doesn't quite follow logically. Only old wounds, it makes it sound like they've been there forever, like they were not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? We all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? But the wounds are at least a few days old. There's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
So then...
What if Muko herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What?
At the very
Certainly you
least...
can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of the many.
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as she can.
In other words...
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then as they investigate, they test what they find against each of their possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work, but beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future.
Hey.
If there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. And to think of it, there's one thing. Earlier when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, I listed her height and weight.
So...
5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds, vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right? Remembered all that? They're all indeed consistent with the corpse. So then,
Indeed.
Don't forget about the femur tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Our victim in this case, without a doubt, is Mukuro Ikusaba. Alright, well that's good to know.
And?
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
So then...
It looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here. We're not going to put the body back? You think it's kind of sad looking out like this?
Why?
Sad? You forget she was our enemy once. Part of the ultimate despair. She did get killed. She's still a victim.
Hey.
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Oh yeah, but still. You really are naive, you know that. It's really quite appealing. But she could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead. For someone like that, why does it mean to be naive?
So then...
I think we're done all we can in here. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Oh, hold on. Got one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. Ask her about the pocketbook I found in that locker. Don't do it now. Alright, let's do it. Hey, Kyoko, I have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask.
What?
Go ahead then, out with it. Have you really not seen your dad ever since you got here?
What?
What?
So...
What do you mean? I know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms? I do, yes. But to get in any of those lockers, you need a handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using an emergency handbook.
I see.
You found the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
Did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, thinking it must be your pocketbook.
Why is that?
Makes you say that.
Because...
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? Can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way it could have had access to any of those lockers. If I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster, about your father.
What? If that's...
Does that mean that video is real too? Video?
Makoto.
Oh, I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own 2 eyes. I'm gonna give you the headmaster's notebook, or handbook. That way you can.
So...
That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker.
Makoto.
If you watch this, it all makes sense. A DVD that says Class 78 Urgent Interviews.
So...
Found it in that hidden room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us has ever been before. None of this makes sense right now, but I guess that means there's some important clue in this DVD.
Makoto.
Oh, now it's my turn. Do you have any second to listen to me ramble? Ramble?
In other words...
As it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. Talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life. All because of the mastermind.
However...
There's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. Sort of destroy the mastermind. It's just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. Determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She had a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow. That's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
Keep this in mind. There's only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering. Whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. Better go get going myself. I got the DVD from Kyoko. I head to the AV room to check it out. Kyoko said something about hopeless truth. No matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world, I can't afford to lose. Alright, well, let's teleport to the first floor, because I don't feel like walking all the way down there. Alright, AV room should be this way, and right here. Alright. I should be able to play DVDs just fine. Well then, I better take a look. Took the DVD Coca gave me and put it in the player. Said that I was playing and nothing appeared on the screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. It must have only been a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. And then all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka? By total surprise, I haven't seen Sayaka in knows how long. There she was.
Then, are you ready to begin?
The voice of a man positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged
I
man.
do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation. I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
What the hell is going on? I'm so confused. I felt like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
I made you accept that? Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in the school? I accept. What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
What? If on cue, that's where the video cut out. There's a lot I hadn't understood up till now, but it's only this. I simply couldn't comprehend what I heard. Because I knew how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I knew how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dream with her friends. She wanted so bad, she tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? And as I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. If I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Huh? What I saw was me. Possibly, undeniably me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. Never having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation. But I, in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. And no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
That can't be real. I said yes?
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya. Toko. Hina. Everyone. They all said they agreed to live in the school forever. And then... Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father. When he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up. The monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just a monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off, which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsie, looks like it's broke. Out of service. It just so happened to break just now.
Too bad.
Now then, when, doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right? Failure in my ass. You cut the power on purpose. Well, whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. You ask them the question and they'll say yes. I can't help myself. I let out a huge exasperated sigh, but as I did, remembered something.
That's right.
And too, when I woke up, strange feeling of separation. Alright, yep, I remember this. Convenient outcome. Something that seemed to obviously work in the favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I lost my memory too? What about the others? Have you all forgotten? Or... Oh, ding dong bing bong. Are we done now? Alright, is the investigation over?
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end. And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black, there is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again. Because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
Alright then. It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. Alright, well, goodbye, school. I guess one of the last times I'm going to be up here. Actually, I'm assuming we have to come back up here at some... I don't know. This might be the last time I'm going to see the school. So, alright, goodbye, school. I'm just going to maybe die or not. Who knows? Guess I'm the first one this time.
Makoto,
You're early, Makoto.
listen.
Does that mean you feel prepared? Yeah, for now at least. Where's everyone else? Why aren't they here yet?
However,
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll be here soon. Just like she said. Byakuya. Byakuya? They arrived, one after another. They were all in the same state of shock. Hina? Hiro? Silence. It wasn't any normal silence. It was deafening silence of fear and suspicion. It was like the first class trial.
You called for me and so I appeared.
Amamade! That strong silent mister is so wonderful too. So hot, my wounds are all ablaze. Now listen, everything will be just fine if you leave it to me. My scissors sharp scissors in hand. I'll stab and kill and shift the master of evil. How you can kill anyone but double little boys? It's what Master wants. I can be a boy, girl, or anything in between. I can handle it. Where am I? No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now. Is everyone here okay and wearing our gloomy gust faces I see? Okay, well then, let's begin. This final class trial is gonna be slathered in pitch black despair, climaxium sorrow.
That's fine.
You're right, this is the final class trial, and this time it'll be fair. What do you mean this time? Stop all the slander. I'm a bear in good standing, you know. There's a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest that take home the tier every year. I'm gonna win this game super fair and square. I'll make sure everyone watching at home knows that despair is mightier than the hope.
Stop talking.
Enough of your tedious drivel. Begin the trial already. Sure. Let's begin the trial already. I'll be waiting for you down below. Don't try and run away. Laughing as loud as ever, Monokuma disappeared. Whatever.
In the name
It'll
of
be over in no time. In an inexplicable confidence, Byakko was the first in the elevator. One by one, the others followed. Nobody made eye contact. Nobody said a word. They disappeared into the elevator.
Hey,
They're acting odd. Like they're paranoid, suspicious of each other.
however,
You know what that is, don't you? Yeah, I think so.
however,
We can tell us all about it soon, at the class trial. You're right, I'm ready.
so...
Ready to win, right? Of course. Glad to hear you say that. And Kyoko's aboard the elevator. I started making my way toward the opening, step after step toward that gaping wall. I resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated to myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. I pushed the anxiety down, calmed my trembling body, and finally, on steady legs, I passed the threshold and stood in the elevator. Without warning, it began to descend, deeper and deeper. Deeper still. Deeper and deeper and deeper. Deeper and deeper I fell. I closed my eyes and sight fell away. All sound, too, disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open for the last time. What could have been seconds or centuries later? I felt the gentle vibration of the elevator come to an end. I slowly opened my eyes. Freaking like run-down trial. This does not look clean. This the final trial site? What do you think? Isn't it just a perfect background for deciding a person's fate? It's a long way to last stage. Always exciting final boss battle. I'm gonna sit on this one. I'll sit right here in the vacant 16th seat. Well then, let's begin. Wow, alright. Just jump in, save the game. Alright. Well, I'm gonna leave this episode of Danganronpa here. I guess in the next episode, we're gonna finally beat this game. Because I'm assuming this last class trial is if it's actually solving everything, then that means we should be approaching the end of this game. So, if you guys are ready to see the ending of this game soon enough, make sure you leave a like down below. Also, make sure you hit subscribe as well. Keep in mind, it's totally free. You can unsubscribe anytime. And it'll help me get to 600 subscribers before the end of the year. And as always, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you all in the next episode.